Concrete fingerboard obstacles. They either turn out like this or they don't work. About a month ago, you might remember, I made a half pipe out of concrete and it actually turned out sick. It weighs like 50 pounds, like it is a proper half pipe. I'm even making another one because you may as well have two. Making a proper concrete half pipe, it's not like easy, like it takes a lot of time. I also know a lot of people who watch my videos kind of just like smaller obstacles that anybody can build. What I'm trying to say, today we are making probably the simplest concrete obstacle you could possibly make. You see these things everywhere. Today, I will show you how to make a parking barrier for a fingerboard. Because this obstacle is so simple to make, I'm actually gonna go into kind of more detail than I would normally go into. If I went into detail with these sorts of builds, it would be like a 2-hour video, so we're gonna stick to this. First, you're gonna need to get some foam board. You can find this stuff pretty much anywhere at a dollar store, like craft store, and it's pretty cheap as well, which is really good. This is not concrete, as you might be able to tell, but it will be concrete at some point, and you'll see. The edge on this side isn't super smooth, so I'm gonna take a straight edge and just clean it up. You can see the shape of this is kind of straight up, then to the side, and it kind of just goes over like that. So right now, I'm gonna cut the foam board and bend it in a way that is gonna make that shape. This stuff has paper on both sides and then foam in the middle, and right now I'm about to cut through the first layer of paper and then most of the foam. Don't cut through the entire foam board because we need one layer of paper. The first cut is gonna be the piece going straight up, and then the middle piece is gonna be the one on an angle, and then this piece is gonna be the one on top. Make this cut as wide as you want the obstacle to be. Once you have all these lines cut, you can cut this entire piece off. I'm just gonna bend this on the other side, and you're gonna notice the foam is gonna break. So this is the mold for the concrete. Right now, this is pretty long to be a barrier, so I'm gonna cut this in half and then we're gonna make 2 obstacles out of it. I need a piece that's gonna be a cap for both sides, so I'm just gonna cut a strip and we can use that. This is the shape that this needs to be held in, so we need to glue this like this and then it'll stay. Hot glue is definitely gonna be the best option for this, but if you think another glue is gonna work, you can definitely try. Keep holding pressure on this because if I let go right now, this is just gonna open back up and we'll lose the shape that we have. And this is what you wanna see. If we put concrete in this right now, it's gonna break. Each one of these cuts that I made is only being supported by one piece of paper, and concrete is kind of wet, which is gonna make the paper soft and it's just gonna break. It's a pretty simple fix. We just need to put hot glue on the line. This weld is at least like $2 an hour, at least. I'm also gonna put some more hot glue on the outside piece of this because the same thing is gonna happen with the paper. This is now ready for the concrete. I'm gonna quickly make another one of these and then we can mix up the concrete and pour it in. Both of these are complete. That was the most difficult part of this entire build, and even that was pretty easy. I have some concrete here, so we're gonna mix it up and put it in here. I have the concrete mixed up pretty well, so we're ready to put this into here. When I made the molds, I made this vertical piece quite a bit thicker than we need, so we're not gonna fill this right to the top or else it's just gonna be like too thick. You can already see the air bubbles starting to come out. If we keep just moving this around, it's gonna start to kind of just shake all the air bubbles to the top, and that's what we wanna see. Feels like we got most of the air bubbles out, so we're just gonna let this sit until it fully cures. This is the second mold, and I made this one a little bit wider, so it's gonna be interesting to see what it looks like when it's done. Just like that, we have 2 obstacles made. I actually thought these would take a lot longer to make, but it's only been like an hour. So the next step is just time. We just need to wait. It's pretty simple. I didn't use fast setting concrete, so we might be here like a week. I will see you guys once these are done. I put the concrete in about 3 days ago. It's been like 2 seconds for you guys, but we can take these out now. These also look quite a bit different now that they're dry. Like the color is a lot lighter. The nice thing about foam board is you can pretty much just rip it apart and it works pretty well. Here it is. That is way smoother than I was expecting. This is a piece I made like almost 4 years ago, and you can see like all the kind of bubbles and it's like a little more rough, but this is just like really smooth. These are pretty successful concrete sticks. These actually do look like super good, but we're not done yet. Even though these are super smooth, if I take my finger, you can see all that concrete dust. I'm guessing that's probably just from the paper kind of absorbing the moisture, and it kind of just didn't really cure right on the outside. Concrete actually does need to stay kind of moist for like a few hours at least just to like finish the process. So you can see the paper kind of just sucked all of that moisture out, probably a little bit too fast. That doesn't really matter a whole lot because I'm about to put some clear coat over these and they're about to look a lot better. Before I put the clear coat on these, I do want to say you could just leave them like this and they're going to be completely fine, but they might break away a little bit easy. These do have a little bit of an edge that's kind of brittle, so I'm going to take some sandpaper and see if we can get rid of that. The change of color between those are crazy. I almost just want to put clear coat on the one for now and see if they feel any different when you fingerboard with them. Just like that, these are done, and like these are so simple to make. I feel like if you put clear coat on them, you probably don't really need to put wax on it, but this one you definitely need wax. I'm gonna see how these feel without wax, and then if we need wax, we're gonna put some on. That is smooth. I was expecting this to be smooth, but not like that smooth. This almost feels as smooth as like a metal rail. I'm now really curious to see how smooth this one will be. I'm gonna do a couple tricks without wax and see how smooth it is, and then see if we need to add some wax. First trick, without wax. We didn't land it. That is not super smooth. It's not so much that it isn't smooth, it's kind of just like grippy, like it kind of grips the board. I honestly don't put wax on pretty much any obstacles, so I really don't know if I put too much on or not enough, but we're gonna test it out and see how smooth it is. That is slippery. This is actually like slidey. Like I didn't think wax could actually make something like that smooth. Don't know what that was, but we'll take it, I guess. I'm actually really glad I made 2 of these because you can like put them together and stuff and kind of get creative. Overall though, if you've never worked with concrete before and you want to make some like concrete obstacles, I would recommend this as like your first one. I also didn't really spend too much time making these like super accurate to like scale and everything. So if you wanted to make them like really accurate, you can definitely do that as well. If you have any questions about making these, definitely drop a comment below and I'll do my best to answer as many as possible. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.